The One Big Beautiful Bill Act just increased the standard deduction for 2025, meaning that every taxpayer gets a bigger tax break this year. Now, this is day 8 of breaking down the One Big Beautiful Bill Act for the next 30 days, showing how the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is putting more money back in your pocket. Maybe, okay? So let me show you the numbers side by side. So for 2025, before the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, okay, single filers, standard deduction, $14,600. Married filing jointly, $29,200. Head of household, $21,900. Now, after the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, such a tongue twister, effective this tax year, single filers, $15,750. Married filing jointly, $31,500. Head of household, $23,625. Okay, that's an extra $1,150 to $2,300 in income that's completely tax-free, depending on your filing status. Okay, but here's what makes this really big. Okay, these higher standard deductions from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which were set to expire after 2025, right, without the One Big Beautiful Bill Act starting in 2026, the standard deduction would have dropped back to around $8,000 for single filers and $16,000 for married couples. So the One Big Beautiful Bill Act not only prevented that cut, but it just increased the amounts even further, and then on top of that, it made them permanent. So what does this mean for you? Okay, first thing first is, if you take the standard deduction, which about 90% of taxpayers do, you just got an automatic tax cut for 2025, okay? And then second is that even fewer people will benefit from itemizing now, okay? Unless your mortgage interest, charitable donations, state taxes add up to more than these new amounts, the standard deduction is gonna win. And now you can add in, tips and, qualified, overtime into that mix, right? But typically that's where it's gonna be, okay? And then third is this is your taxable income floor. So everything below these amounts is tax-free, no matter what. And then fourth is that these numbers will continue to adjust for inflation each year. So they're going to keep growing. And then fifth is this is federal only. So your state may have different standard deduction amounts, okay? So now, there's no extra forms. There's no complicated strategy. Just automatic savings when you file your 2025 taxes in early 2026, okay? Now, that's your day 8 update on the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. One of the simplest ones yet, but honestly one of the most impactful changes that affects every taxpayer. Now tomorrow we're going to be covering something brand new, which is a major tax break specifically for seniors 65 and older. So make sure you follow the series for more.